你怕什么？你怕什么？你为什么这么怕？为什么政府这么怕呢？怕到要出假新闻的法令。为什么政府这么怕？有可能是因为这个是我的意见而已不是假新闻部长说的给意见是 OK 的部长也是说你传假新闻，你不知道是假的也是 OK 的了。既然如此，为什么我还是站在这里呢？为什么政府这么怕？有可能因为他怕我们的媒体，就是你每天看的报纸，你每天看的电视，有可能他怕我们的报纸跟电视会有时候忘记把真的新闻，把重要的新闻，新加坡人应该知道的新闻忘记播出来。我给你们一个例子你有看过报纸或者电视跟你说新加坡全部的工人有几个不是新加坡人吗？有吗？没有。他只是跟你说37% 的那个全部的工人是外劳其他的63% 是什么人呢？是新加坡人吗？不是，是本地人。什么是本地人？新加坡人跟永久居民为什么政府这么怕？不敢跟你说那63%新加坡人是多少呢？我计算这个政府不透明，所以没办法了，我看应该是差不多45% 的工人不是新加坡人嘛，就是差不多37% 是外劳，8% 是永久居民就是剩下55% 是新加坡人。但是每年政府给了2万个新公民如果把这2万新公民算进去，那么真正的新加坡的工人是多少呢？是46呢？不是新加坡公民的工人是46呢？47呢？47呢？48呢？49呢？没人知道。为什么政府这么怕？此地无银300两，杀一儆百吧。The previous speaker, Wai Han, told you she's 63 years old. I'm Merdeka generation now, 65. I'm the oldest speaker today. Other than Mr. Kwan, who is the MC, is older than me. Why is the government so scared? Why is the government so scared? Because the so-called mainstream media, the newspapers, the TV, they often forget to tell you what is arguably the real news, or the important news, or the news that you need to know. Let me give you some examples. This is just from yesterday's newspaper, one newspaper only. This is from yesterday's newspaper. You read the news and say, okay, what's the problem? See, the problem is this. According to yesterday's newspaper, in the first quarter of this year, the unemployment rate of Singaporeans went up, but the unemployment rate of residents remained the same, and the unemployment rate of the overall unemployment rate remained the same. What does this mean? It means The unemployment rate for foreigners is about the same. The unemployment rate for PR is about the same. But the unemployment of Singaporeans went up. Have you ever, or do you think you'll ever see the newspaper or the TV asking the obvious question that needs to be asked? Why is it that the Singaporean unemployment rate has gone up when the foreigners, the residents, and the overall has remained the same? Why is the government so scared? It remind me to pick this up, don't be charged for littering at Hong Lim Park, okay? Another article from yesterday's newspaper, same newspaper. No, I think the problem about this being scared or not scared is when you read the news, the important things somehow is often missing, Maybe they forgot, I don't know. You put this in front of me, you sabo me, is it? Okay, I'm not going to read this one. Read this one, sure, kena again, okay? Okay. In the first quarter, the price of HDB flats fell by 0.3%. Since April 2013, that's more than 6 years already, the price of HDB flats has been falling. So the price of HDB flats has fallen in the last 6 years or so by about 14%. Now, what is very strange is that the price of private residential property, in contrast, has gone up by about 8%. So the gap between the 14% drop in HDB and the 8% rise in private property is about 22%. This is unnatural. This never happened before. In the past, the HDB price always go together with the private property price. So how come there's this strange phenomenon now? You think the newspaper or the TV will never ask the obvious question, hey, why like that? Well, opinion, maybe it's because of the albatross that's hanging on all the HDB flat owners' neck, that their HDB flats will become worthless at the end of 99 years. Isn't it so obvious? Well, it depends on what type of news you read. Real news, fake news, not so real news, not so fake news. Last one from yesterday's newspaper. Why the statutory retirement age is important for Singaporean workers. Now, when you read the news like this, actually it's quite meaningless because it doesn't tell you the real story. Here's my opinion. The real story about aging old Singaporean workers is that our Re-employment Act is the biggest joke in the world. Why is it the biggest joke in the world? Because the employer can determine whether you are fit for re-employment. The employer can determine whether you are medically okay for re-employment. And then the employer can offer you re-employment on any terms, then they will have complied with the act. Any terms. I can offer you a pay cut, I can offer you a different job, I can transfer you to one of the islands, I can make you work on shift 12 hours. As long as you make an offer, you are deemed to have complied with the Re-employment Act. Isn't that the biggest joke in the world? Is this real news or fake news? Well, I'm glad this is the last one. At 65, the memory not very good. Please remind me to throw this away when I finish. Okay? Now, earlier you heard me say that the HDB price dropped by about 14% in the last 6 years or so. Do you know that according to the HDB 1970 annual report, it actually gave the breakdown of the cost of a HDB flat and the selling price. I flat improved, which is like equivalent to a 3-room flat in Radin Mas Red Hill, according to the HDB 1970 report, the cost with the breakdown is actually slightly higher than the selling price. Do you think you will ever read this sort of real news facts in the newspaper or watch it on TV? Why is the government so scared? So, in the 70s, HDB is not making money. A few years ago, it was said in Parliament, oh, you're very troublesome, you know, Singaporeans. Every year ask, can you break down the HDB flat price? Then no answer, right? So finally 1 year in Parliament, they say, okay. They didn't say cannot break down, but anyway, until today still don't have breakdown of the HDB price. But at least in Parliament they told us the land cost is charged at market rates. Hey, what is the real news? When did HDB start charging flats land costs at market rates? And since then, how much money has the government made, arguably, from the sale of HDB flats by charging land and market rates plus accrued interest? Why is the government so scared? Maybe it's tens of billions in dollars. That's why they are so scared. Now, remember I said earlier, why HDB go down, private go up, and the gap is about 22%. Because people are so afraid of the fact that after 99 years, all the HDB flat will be worthless, right? But the real news is even worse. The total value of all HDB flats in Singapore today is more than $400 billion. So if all the flats at the end of 99 years become worthless, and 1 year in Parliament, it was disclosed, Singaporeans use about half of their CPF for housing. So at the end of the lease, HDB flat becomes zero, all the CPF used for the flat also becomes zero. Why is the government so scared? So, HDB becomes zero, CPF becomes zero. How much money in total in future will Singaporeans have lost because of this great combination of HDB and Singapore, uniquely Singapore? More than 100 billion? Is the real news that arguably, in a sense, the government has taken from Singaporeans more than $100 billion going into the future because of our current HDB and CPF system? Why is the government so scared? Look at the job numbers. I mentioned earlier, how come the citizen unemployment rate is increased, but the resident and the overall never increase? Somebody put up a sign says no to xenophobia. So you are telling me I cannot talk about the statistics of foreign workers, PRs, and Singaporeans. Okay, I take note of your feedback. I will not talk about foreign workers, Singaporeans, and PRs. But I think no need to say lah, right? Why is the government so scared? Healthcare. Over the years, A lot of people have asked, including myself, hey, why don't you make public the actuarial report for MediShield Life? Why don't you make public the actuarial report for CareShield Life? They silence there, no answer there. Why is the government so scared? If you make the actuarial reports public, maybe then you can see, are we the most profitable national health insurance scheme in the world? What is the excess of premiums, less claims, plus accrued interest on MediShield and MediShield Life since the scheme started? Is it more than $3 billion? Why is the government so scared? Thank you.